I say I love doing what I do, and I think that is the case with most of these adjuncts, because surely we can't make a living doing what we're doing. And we are just asking for a voice with the administration. We, unlike all the rest of the folks in the United States who are participating in this National Walkout Day, and the ones in Canada as well, are walking away. I know our colleagues at George Mason and a lot of the other big institutions are doing that. We're not abdicating our responsibility here. We're here because we care. But we are asking for, and we believe that we are going to receive the opening of open talks with the administration so that heretofore we will have a voice.
At this point, it's 42% of the faculty at Old Dominion are adjunct faculty. And what that means is we're part-timers, we have low pay, our working conditions are such that, I mean, we would like to have conversations with upper administration about ways that we could improve them.
I am a graduate student here, and I'm here not only to support current adjuncts, but because statistics say that once I become a professor as a woman, and as a woman with a family, I'll be resigned to adjunct work. And currently adjuncts are paid lower wages, they're expected to do the same amount of work as tenured professors, regular lecturers, research, advise, be involved on campus, and they're not compensated for their equal work with the community. So that's why we're here.
But outside of class, you're grading papers, you're meeting with students. So it's pretty much a full-time job, really, when you have 3 classes. You know, it is work. It's good work. I do it because I love it. Don't do it for the money, and don't do it for the benefits, obviously. But I do it because I'm passionate about teaching. But I think the university could certainly afford to give us basic health care.
And how many hours a week would you say you devote to doing that? So how many hours do you two personally work?
Do you want to start?
But I will say I spend 4 times 3, 12 hours in class. I spend another minimum of 6 to 9 every week in my office meeting students. But I would say that I stay online responding to student blogs, emails, and other queries, and then grading fully another 20 to 40 hours any given week.
Well, I teach 3 classes. Last semester I taught at Tidewater and at ODU. You know, you're only paid for the time you put into class. You're not paid for the time that you do outside of class. So you're paid for 1 hour of office hours. And yet I meet with my students more than that, throughout the week. We're not paid for how many hours you put into grading, paper grading. If you times that 19 students per class, per how many classes you teach, how many papers you have. I have 57 students right now, and that's a lot of time out of class. It's more than, honestly, I feel like I start my day at 6 a.m., I don't end till around midnight every day.
And if you're like me, papers are about 15, 20 minutes a pop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's absolutely something that I would love to make this my full-time job. I would love to be present full-time. Part of the reason that we're doing this is to help create situations in which adjunct faculty can devote their full attention to the students that they have. I mean, the system is set up right now. We're, I believe Melissa mentioned, paid by the course. We're incentivized to pick up as many
classes.
as many as we can. Adjuncts often do this across many universities in a town. And really what that means is for every class that we pick up, for every course or part-time job, even outside of education entirely, every part-time job we pick up, that's less time for the students that we have. I would love to give them my full attention.
There's also faculty that's on contract, so they're not adjunct, but they're only paid to teach for a year or 2 years. And that kind of faculty job is also there is no job security, because what tends to happen is for people who are on contract, they do all this extra work, all this volunteer work. So they sit on committees. They do that all with no pay. And then what happens the next year, you have to put all of that volunteer work that you put to your prior job, you have to do that next year in order to keep your job. And if you don't do that, then someone else will be hired. So there's so much free work that goes into these faculty positions that aren't secure at all.
But I just wanted to say that your voices are being heard. Please continue. Ring the bell. President Broderick and I are absolutely delighted to meet with you and whoever you want to have as a group. And we'll arrange with Chandra De Silva, Vice Provost for Faculty, to get a meeting with Chandra, myself and the President and whoever can join to hear your concerns and hopefully we can find out what the concerns are. Thanks, I'm not sure. Just Taylor.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. And thank you. Thank you. And I have to say that from the university's perspective, we really appreciate the approach that you've taken, which is, I think, a good one. And we hope we can be supportive. So,
Thank you very much.
off to the village.